All right, so the last training that we did, we dived through a workbook that talked about how to create your best year. So that was great. Today we're gonna dive into some things that kind of are in line with that book. Um, Cami, have you started working on that workbook at all?
No, not yet. No.
Cool. And
Is there
Jen,
like
sorry.
is there a place where we go to do that or
I
like
Yes, I just dropped the link in Trainer Eyes again. So
okay.
just this morning. So it's
It,
in there.
it's all trainerized. Okay.
It's in our group chat. And Jen Balloon just joined our community. So welcome, beautiful lady. In our group chat is is the link to download that workbook. It's phenomenal. It's really gonna help just walk you through how to set up your goals. Kind of like what we're gonna do today, but this is more of an abbreviated goal setting call ultimately. Have you guys sat down and kind of mapped out your year or thought about your vision for the year, or even something we're going to do on this call is find out what your word or your anchor of the year is? Have you guys done that yet?
Mm.
Yes. Jen, what is your anchor or word for the year?
Our word for the year is expansion.
Ooh, I love it. And Cami, have you thought about your word?
Yeah, I've done a lot of big words and had a lot of rough years, and so it's it's fun this year. I just want to have fun. No matter I'm doing, I want it to be fun. So,
Cool. Well, I love that. Well, you guys keep those words in mind today as we do just a little bit more mapping out your goals. So that's the goal, or that's kind of what we have going on today. So we're going to, you know, ultimately the goal for today is to set that foundation for your best year yet by mapping out your goals, designing that vision for 2025, and again, choosing your word or your anchor. And you two are already ahead of the game. I mean, we're a week into the year. And to be honest, you guys, this training was supposed to be last Monday, and I ended up postponing it. I canceled it and moved it to today. So it's still early. We're early in the new year. So it's still great timing for this training. So one thing something I do every single year that I love doing is creating a vision board. We're not doing that today, but I can tell you that, just creating that vision board, having something that you can visually look at and really kind of put yourself into those situations, or imagine yourself having the things that are on this board. It has helped and lead me to achieving some of the goals. Every vision board I make, I will put on my phone, and it'll be my backdrop. I haven't updated this one yet, but I put my goals on my phone, if you guys can see it. So I break it into health, wealth, relationship, and self. So I kind of like break it up into those four categories, and every Sunday kind of reflect on how I did the week prior and set new goals for the week. But I also um, will put interchange between my weekly goals and my whole year vision. And so for the past, I don't know, 6 years, probably, I've been doing this and putting it on my phone, having it as that screensaver. So I have that constant reminder. That way I'm always looking at it. And anytime I don't want to do something, I see this as my screensaver, and I'm like, oh, all right. Well, that's just my drive, my motivation, my why. And last year, oh no, we're going on 2 years now. So 2 years ago in April, I got my dream car. And we, so it was on my vision board. We went to the dealership, and honestly, we had went there because we got on their website, saw what they had in stock or what was on order. And I went there with the intention of not getting my dream car, but it was like a step down from my dream car. And I test drove it. We sat down to do the paperwork to actually put down the deposit on the car that I was going to order, that was on its way. And the gentleman's like, oh, um, somebody already put a deposit on this car and it's sold. And I'm like, that's okay. That is my dream car. Like, and I point behind me at the car that's just in the middle of the dealership, right? Like buried. It's probably like 6 cars. There's like, they had to move like 6 cars. So I'm like, that's my dream car. But it's sold. And he's like, no, it's not. I'm like, it has a sold sign on it. He's like, no, it doesn't. That baby's for sale. Do you want to take it for a test drive? And I'm like, yeah. So they moved 6 vehicles out of the way so I could take this car on a test drive. And I walked out of there with my dream car, and it was on my vision board. So of course I show him. I'm like, it's right here. Like, this is the car that I've always wanted. It's been on my vision board for 2-3 years now. So I just think that's so cool how having those, like actually writing things down and like looking at it daily, having that constant reminder is a great way to help these visions come to fruition. So before we can dive in to 2025, we need to think about 2024. So really reflecting on 2024. So I'm going to give you guys 1 minute. Like I said, we're going to keep this short and sweet. And if you've already done it, just kind of think about these things in your head. So what went well? What didn't go well? And what lessons did you learn? Have you done this, Jen? Or
Yeah, in fact, I have it in front of me. Like, you can't see it, but it's like
Yes.
the accomplishments and then the disappointments. And then what do we learn from our disappointments? Yeah, this is a whole thing we do. I love it. Highly encourage it.
Yes, and we do this all the time. Hi, West. We're yeah, I think it's great because in order to know where we're going, we've got to know where we've been. So really reflecting on the lessons that we learned is important. So last training that we did, we talked about going through your camera roll and writing down the highlights from each of your months. So Cami, did you ever do that? Because we talked about that 2 weeks ago.
No, I've been busy,
Yeah,
but
you
I
have.
have a lot of pictures and I kind of know what I did for this year. So I want to do that still. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think it's important to go through those camera rolls because I was doing it and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot about that. I forgot about that. So really, it's easy for us to think about what didn't go well and why didn't it go well? But sometimes we forget about the things that did go well. So that's why going through that camera roll can be so important to really highlight the good things that happened, because then you can take those good things that happened and be like, I want more of that in my life, and really helps you kind of determine what that vision can look like. So now, so you guys have kind of already done that. We're thinking about last year. So now we want to get that big picture. I want you guys all to think about where it is. Where do you want to be 1 year from today? So, January 6th, 2026, what do you want to be celebrating? What do you want to be thinking about? What went well? What didn't go so well or didn't go so well? And, thinking about, how do you want to feel? What do you want to accomplish? What do you want to experience in your health, your relationships, career, and personal growth? So I'll give you guys 1 minute, and I'm going to give you a few prompts too to guide you. So health, what does your dream body or energy level look like? Relationships, how do you want to show up for your family or your friends? Career, what are some milestones that you want to hit? And personal, what are some new skills or experiences that you want to pursue? So take 1 minute to kind of write and journal a few of those items down. And then when you're doing this too, focus on 1 to 2 key goals per area of your life. So instead of saying, I want to get healthy, say, I will walk 10,000 steps a day, or I will start meal prepping every Sunday. So we're emphasizing the importance of, SMART goals. Is it specific? Is it measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound? All right. So step one is always to reflect on the year prior. Step two, what is that big picture? And I want you guys thinking big too. I just did I created a vision with one of my coaches at the beginning of December. And I feel like I do a really good job at goal setting and, thinking big. And I sent her my vision and she was like, no, I think you can think even bigger than that. And I was like, okay. So I really had to get uncomfortable and I really had to think outside of the box and just dive a little bit deeper. So I challenge you guys to do that when you're thinking of where you want to be next year. All right. So now close your eyes for a moment. And I want you to imagine that it's December 31st, 2025. You're reflecting on the year. What's made you proud? What's brought you joy? What challenges have you overcome? I want you to visualize yourself thriving. What are you doing and how do you feel? Just take a moment and get into that space. All right, go ahead and open your eyes. How did that feel? Feel good? I know we're keeping it short, but for me, the visualization is the most important part, or having that visual reminder like I do with my phone every single week, or with that, putting that vision board on my phone. So I challenge you guys to do it. Plus, it's super fun. I'm a visual person. So if I can feel it, if I can see it, it stays at the front of your mind and it helps you continuously strive for, showing up to do the things, the steps in order to achieve those goals. So next, we're going to create your own vision statement. Okay, so I want you to sit down and in 2 or 3 sentences, I want you to write what your vision statement is for 2025. So here's an example. In 2025, I am the healthiest, happiest version of myself. I prioritize self-care, foster deep connections with loved ones, and I step into my full potential in my career. So just go ahead and take a moment and write out what that looks like for you. So think about those different areas of your life, your health, your relationship, career, and personal.
All right, this is so on the spot for me. I need more coaching.
Yes,
Read me
yeah.
again. Read me yours again.
Oh, yes, yes. Well, this is just an example. I don't even have mine on me. It's up. All of my papers are upstairs in my laptop bag, but this one, the example that I have for you guys is I am the healthiest, happiest version of myself. I prioritize self-care, foster deep connections with loved ones, and step into my full potential in my career. So I just thinking off the top of my head, mine is talking about I do creating the healthiest, happiest version of myself. I am slowing down and creating more fun in my life. So I love, Cami, that you said that was your anchor word this year, fun. That's goes along with my goals and visions as well. But also as I know Jen knows, I believe Cami, you know this as well. This year I have officially been offered a new job position, and it is like I've officially accepted it. It all just happened literally 2 weeks ago. So with that, I don't have a start date yet, but one of my vision statements, or part of my vision statement, is that I am oh gosh, what did I say? That I am pretty much that I'm stepping into my full potential in this new job, in this role, and also still running the Fit Life, and really relying on my team, like having that team step up as well. So that's part of my vision statement as well, is, being and stepping, being the best at running my business and stepping into my full potential in this new career field as well. Does that help you, Cami?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Does anybody want to share what their vision statement is? Oh, Jen, did you want to share?
So yes, I have my vision statement. There we go. So my vision is to create a better life for everyone we touch by breaking generational curses, empowering individuals to build generational wealth, and uplifting those in need. I'm committed to being a catalyst for transformation, inspiring others to achieve financial independence and create legacies of prosperity for generations to come. Through my work, I aim to make a lasting impact, fostering abundance, resilience, and opportunities for all.
Yeah, I love it. And I love how you took a lot of different, what are they called? Like, it is mostly business, but it is also, like diving into other areas of your life as well. Thank you for sharing. So you guys already shared your anchor word. That was going to be the next part, is to really, take one single word and focus on that word, or even a short phrase that embodies your vision and helps kind of act as that guide throughout your year. So Jen, yours is expansion. Cami, yours is fun. And then did you ladies want to share? Bray? No? Okay. You don't have to. So I feel like, having that anchor word is really, really important. It's kind of like that North Star in your life, right? That anchor point. It's that thing that you always turn to when you feel that chaos or uncertainty in your life. And one thing I love doing, and I might do this at my retreat this weekend, is I have these little words, these rocks. And have you ever done this, Cami? Have you ever drawn a rock with
Oh yeah.
like a prayer rock? Yeah.
I
Oh, you kind of broke up. What did you
Yes.
say?
Oh yeah, I've done that before. I actually remember the word I got was inspire.
Ooh, I love that. So I do. This is one thing one little exercise I love doing at my workshops, is having everybody draw a prayer rock. And it is interesting. One year I got nurture, and I was like, ugh, nurture? Like, what am I going to do with nurture? And I realized it was the second year that I had really dived in, or really, it was the second year that I had started my business, so that first year was actually, this was the first year, courage. So this was the year that I started my business. This is the prayer rock that I drew. And that really resonated with me. And then the second year was nurture. And I'm like, okay. But then as the year went on, I realized how important it was to, like, I was nurturing this baby business that I was growing. And not only was I growing fast, I had to bring on a team. And I was nurturing this team to love my baby just as much as I do. And I realized that that was a really good word for that year. So it is crazy how sometimes these things just kind of fall into your lap and you're like, ugh, that's not what I need this year, but really it might be. So I thought that was really cool. Okay, so you guys already have your word for the day. So now that we've kind of talked about our goals, we've mapped them out, you've thought about your vision statement. I want you to remember this is not about being perfect. It's about staying intentional and taking just one step at a time. So that's really where those SMART goals come into play, and breaking it down into easy, digestible steps to help you achieve it. Now we've got that big grand vision, and we got to kind of chop it into smaller segments and create those little action steps to get to that grand vision. So that's kind of the next step, the next thing to think about. And I challenge you guys to write down your word, write down your vision statement, and post it. Put it somewhere where you see it every single day. Because I can tell you that has been the one thing that has helped me be the most successful, is just always having that constant reminder. So whether that's putting it on your phone, on the background, so the wallpaper of your phone, whether it's printing it out and putting it in your bathroom on the mirror, somewhere where you see it every single day. Make sure that you do that to help keep you on track and driving forward towards that big audacious goal that you have set for yourself. Do you guys have any questions on our training today? Was that helpful?
That was fun.
Cool. Well, thank you guys for joining me. Yes, we do this every Monday at 1:30. I don't know what our next training is about. I should have looked before I hopped on, but today's been crazy. Today's been like catch-up day. And I'm sure you guys are feeling it. Evie went back to school. So now it's like getting out of the holiday mood and getting back into track now that school's back and we're like fully back, like heading forward. So, well, thank you guys for joining me. I'll see you guys next week. Have a wonderful rest of your Monday.
Okay. And Trista, do you want to stay on for a second?
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, let's talk about what your weekend thing was this weekend.
Oh, yes.
We were going to talk, if you just have a few minutes, I'm driving.
I do. Oh, let me stop recording.
Yeah.